Hi there, welcome back. Well, I know recently a lot of people have been asking me to take a look at a few stocks, and honestly, I am trying to respond to every single person that I see down below, but recently it's getting increasingly hard as we are getting a lot more comments down below, but honestly, I am working through them slowly. So tonight we are looking at CHUC, or Charlie's Holdings. Charlie's Holdings is down quite significantly over the past week, down about 24%. Over the past month though, things are relatively flat as you can see, and this one still does have some potential going forwards. So in this one we talk about the potential of it going up next week. Should you buy it or should you avoid it? Well, of course, I am not a financial advisor, and it must be noted that penny stocks, especially ones this cheap, do come with a lot of risk, so please do understand the risk which is associated with this stock. But yeah guys, tonight we're looking at what potentially could go on in the next week with this one. So if you might enjoy, please do leave a like and subscribe, and of course, with that being mentioned, let's jump in. Alright guys, Charlie's Holdings, like I said, over the past week has seen quite a big decrease, and I think that's fairly okay because a lot of stocks have been. If we have a quick look at the Russell 2000, which is an index which measures a lot of the smallest stocks by market cap on the American indexes, we can see that the Russell 2000 is actually down significantly over the past week. Same can be said for the S&P and many other indexes, so I think it is to be understood that this one is going to be down as well. It makes perfect sense, and I am not too worried. Now going into next week, are we going to see growth? I think it is absolutely possible. We're going to talk about how much growth I would like to see in just a moment, but first we want to take a quick look at what the company does and what may be coming up for it in the future. So first things first, Charlie's Holdings formulates, markets and distributes e-cigarette liquids and vaping systems in the United States. The company is also offering energy drink under the Brazzy name, and it also sells products through distributors all the way through about 90 countries basically. So I think that is the most important thing to note, the 90 country part, because that is quite a large market sector potentially. If you do have a look at some of these countries, it is the United Kingdom, it's Italy, Spain, Belgium, Australia, Sweden and Canada. So of course a lot of different countries in there, a lot of big countries which potentially will help this company to grow as well. I think that's another interesting thing to note as well. So there really is that potential for this company going forwards long term, but right now it is still a penny stock, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment like I've said. So main catalyst coming up pretty soon, hopefully, for this one is this FDA apparent approval, hopefully coming for Charlie's Holdings. Now, it's not 100% certain when the date for this will be, and that is kind of a worry for many people, I do believe. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world if you are willing to hold it for long enough, but right now, with that one not being confirmed, it's just hard to say when that is going to happen, but I do believe that could be a big catalyst for this stock. Now, honestly, at the current price, I don't think it is the worst buy. I think it is safe to say that obviously it is a very cheap penny stock, and it is going to be moving quite a lot in the next few weeks. It's going to be quite volatile. Now, I don't think it is going to rocket up in the next few days personally by a significant amount. I definitely think it could bring us back into the green by a small amount, but I think it depends on how the whole market behaves. So even on the Friday, the Russell 2000, like I've said, was up. This one was down by a small amount. Not even too worried about that. A lot of penny stocks also were down on the Friday, but if this one can level out tomorrow and I even start to go back up into next week, I definitely do believe it could be a decent buy. But when it comes to an actual buy with this one, I would not buy too many shares of this one. Honestly, it does have that potential like I've said, but with it being so cheap, I would not put too much money into this one in my opinion. Maybe $10 to $30, maybe a bit more if you can afford it, but this is a real penny stock which I would say only risk what you can afford to lose, because we just don't know which way it is going. But personally, I do believe this week could be positive. I don't think it will be by too much, but I think with how this one has been moving recently, it's not at the worst point like we have been seeing. I think it does have potential to go back up. I think long term it definitely could see explosive growth, maybe even doubling, tripling or more in price. Now, right now, I don't think it's a bad buy, but I think if you are going to see those big profits, which is potentially possible, I think you are going to have to wait for more time for that to happen, as right now, not a lot of people are aware of this stock. Is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing at all. It definitely could result in people getting onto this one later on, but right now, it is kind of underhyped, so I wouldn't put too much into this one unless you are willing to lose it, but I do think it does have that potential to grow going forwards either way. I think tomorrow will hopefully be slightly positive for it, bringing it back into the green, and I don't think next week we'll see us break past those highs, but I don't think that is a bad thing at all. I think a lot of people with this stock, like a lot of other stocks, got into this one with the hype. Is that a bad thing? Absolutely not. It's an easy mistake to make. I definitely think it could get back to those levels in the next 2, 3, 4 months for sure, but I think in the next week it's definitely not going to pop to those highs. So you got to be asking yourself, guys, how many shares are you willing to buy with this one? But I would love to hear what you have to say down below. Of course, if you do enjoy this video, we can look at Charlie's holdings pretty much every single day. I can give you my analysis and the afternoon, and of course my predictions for the next day going forwards. So thank you so much for your time. I just thought I'd update you on this one because somebody did ask me to, and like I said, I am trying to work through all of your suggestions, so thank you for them. I'm trying to get to each one of them as fast as I can, and I hope that we can get this list complete as soon as possible. Thank you for all the support recently though, and I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Goodbye until the next episode, and I will see you then.